A man sits alone in his parked car, outside the house he bought with his own hands. The engine is off, but his mind is roaring. His phone is buzzing with messages from friends asking, "Are you okay?" But he doesn't reply. There are no words left in him. He stares at the front door, knowing another man is inside his house. With his wife. In their bed. And the worst part, she isn't even apologizing. She isn't crying. She isn't begging for forgiveness. She's blaming him. If you paid more attention to me, I wouldn't have looked somewhere else. Let that sink in. She didn't just betray him. She made it his fault. And that's the day he, like millions of men silently watching this video, learned a brutal truth. Women don't destroy men by accident, they justify it. They rewrite the story so they become the victim, even when they're the one holding the knife. After that day, he didn't just lose her. He lost trust. Trust in love. Trust in relationships. Trust in the idea that a woman could ever be fully loyal to a man who gives her everything. And before you say not all women, let's be clear. This isn't about hate. This is about patterns. About experiences men have been silenced from talking about. Because every time a man shares his pain, society laughs. Man up. Stop crying. She moved on, why can't you? But when women get hurt, everyone listens. Everyone comforts. Everyone supports. That's when men realized something terrifying. Women are allowed to be victims. Men are only allowed to be villains. So men started doing something women never expected. They didn't protest. They didn't beg. They didn't scream. They just withdrew. Slowly, silently, permanently. They stopped confessing their feelings. They stopped committing. They stopped believing words like forever and loyalty. Because deep down, they now believe. Love isn't real. Only conditions are. A woman doesn't stay because she's loyal. She stays as long as she's satisfied. And when she's not, she leaves physically or emotionally, but either way, she's gone. And that's where our story begins. Not with hate, not with anger, but with a quiet realization spreading across millions of men today. Trust is no longer given. It has to be earned, and most women aren't even trying. There used to be a time when loyalty meant forever. Our fathers and grandfathers married women who stayed, not because life was perfect, but because commitment meant something. They fought, they cried, they struggled, but they stayed. Today, loyalty has a time limit. It lasts until she's bored. Until someone more exciting gives her attention. Until she convinces herself that she deserves better. Modern relationships don't end with cheating or betrayal anymore. They end with phrases that sound innocent, but are deadly. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I just need time to find myself. I feel like I've outgrown you. Translation. You're still here, but you don't excite me anymore. And most men don't even see it coming. Because women don't leave suddenly, they detach gradually, step by step, layer by layer. The 3 stages of emotional exit. Stage 1, silence. She stops sharing her day, stops asking about yours, conversations become short, dry, transactional. Stage 2, comparison. Suddenly she mentions coworkers, online influencers, gym trainers, old friends, men who just get her. Stage 3, justification. She starts rewriting history. Suddenly, you never supported me. You were never romantic. You changed. And finally, she leaves with the confidence of someone who believes she did nothing wrong. Men used to believe that good behavior earns loyalty. Work hard, provide, be kind, be faithful. That's what we were taught. But today's man is starting to understand a dark psychological truth. Loyalty is no longer a moral principle, it's a feeling. And feelings expire. Women don't stay because you treat them well. They stay because you keep them emotionally stimulated. Which means, if you're too stable, right arrow, you're boring. If you're too available, right arrow, you're weak. If you're too devoted, right arrow, you're taken for granted. So men started asking themselves, why should I give everything when everything can be taken away the moment she feels different? This is where trust dies. Not with cheating, but with the realization that no matter how loyal a man is, it won't guarantee loyalty in return. And this is why millions of men are no longer committing. They still date. They still flirt. They still enjoy women. But when it comes to opening their heart, never again. Because they finally understand. Love without security is a trap. And in today's world, that trap is set by smiles, promises, and temporary loyalty. Once upon a time, men only had to compete with the guys in their neighborhood, their workplace, or maybe a few strangers she met in public. Now, he's competing with millions of men he's never met. Not in person, but in her notifications. The infinite validation loop. Women today don't need to cheat physically to emotionally betray a man. All she needs is one flirty comment on Instagram, one "you look gorgeous" DM from a stranger, one like from an ex on Facebook, one Snapchat streak with someone, just a friend. And suddenly, your girlfriend, your wife, has a secret audience. An invisible cheering squad telling her she could do better, look hotter, live freer. Men used to be providers. Now they're options. One argument. She posts a selfie. Within hours, instant dopamine. Hundreds of men offering attention, validation, and emotional escape. Why work through problems when she can replace reassurance with attention from strangers? Cheating isn't just physical anymore. Most women will say, I would never cheat. Yet she entertains messages she shouldn't. She keeps male friends who flirt with her. She posts pictures designed to attract attention, not from you, but from them. And when men confront them, they use the classic defense. You're insecure. No, he's not insecure. He's observant. He can clearly see where her attention goes when he's not around. And trust dies not when a woman betrays you, but when she creates opportunities to be betrayed. The algorithm never sleeps. Even when you're loyal. Even when she's loyal. Social media is constantly tempting her. People you may know equals men she once liked. Thirst traps from influencers equals what she wishes she could be. Romantic quotes on TikTok, maybe I deserve more. The algorithm is not harmless. It's psychological warfare. Designed to make her compare. Designed to make her doubt. Designed to make her crave the life she could have instead of the life she does have. And men know it. They say it. They feel it. They understand this truth. One man can't compete with the digital world. This is why men no longer trust easily. Not because they hate women. Not because they're bitter. But because they see how easy it is for loyalty to fade, one notification at a time. Once upon a time, marriage was a bond. Now it's a contract, and one that heavily favors her. Modern men aren't just afraid of emotional betrayal. They're afraid of legal destruction. Because today's relationships don't just end with heartbreak. They end with court dates, lawyers, asset division, child custody battles, and alimony payments that can last decades. Love used to be a promise, now it's a liability. Ask any divorced man and he'll tell you. The breakup didn't hurt as much as the system. She doesn't just leave. She takes. Half your savings gone. Your house gifted to her. Your kids seen only on weekends. Your income redirected to her lifestyle. And somehow this is still called fair. A harsh reality most young men don't know. A wife can file for divorce without any wrongdoing from the husband. She does not need to prove abuse or cheating. In over 70% of divorces, it's women who initiate. Most courts default to giving the mother custody of children, even if the father is more stable. Alimony can last years, sometimes for life, depending on the region. So ask yourself, why would a man risk everything he's worked for, when one emotional decision from her can erase it all? Women say, just be a good husband and you'll be fine. But millions of men were good husbands and still lost everything. The system rewards her even if she broke him. Let's say she cheats. Logically, you should be the victim. But legally, she can still take half. She can still demand support. She can still walk away financially secure. So men aren't walking away from love because they're cold or heartless. They're walking away because they've seen the consequences of trusting blindly. And this is the point. Men didn't stop trusting women because of emotions. They stopped trusting because of reality. They did the maths. They saw the risk. They watched other men get destroyed. And they made the most rational decision. Avoid the contract, protect the heart, guard the soul. Now that you understand why she's acting distant after 40, emotional burnout, hormonal shifts, invisible resentment, loss of identity, the real question becomes, what do you actually do about it? Most men make two deadly mistakes when their wife pulls away. They either chase harder, asking what's wrong, 10 times a day, forcing conversations, demanding affection, which only pushes her further away. Or they shut down completely, acting cold, bitter, or passive-aggressive, which confirms her belief that you don't understand her anyway. Neither works. You don't win her back by ugwang, begging, or explaining your intentions. You win her back by reawakening how she felt when she first chose you. Hear what actually works. What Hovey Chuck Muck Step 1, stop trying to fix her, start understanding her. If every time she opens up you respond with logic, just relax, don't stress, it's not a big deal, she won't feel heard. Instead of solutions, try saying, I didn't realize you felt that way, I get it now. You've been carrying a lot, haven't you? You're not agreeing, you're acknowledging. That alone melts emotional distance. What Hovey Chuck Muck Step 2, shift from husband to mysterious man again. Right now she knows your routine, you've become predictable. Predictable equals invisible. Start bringing back surprise, unpredictability, self-driven excitement. Do things for yourself, not to impress her, but to reclaim your own gravity. Hit the gym again consistently, without announcement. Work on a new skill or hobby without explaining yourself. Be calmly unavailable sometimes, not to punish her, but to re-establish your own orbit. Women don't fall back in love with a pleaser. They fall for a man who moves with purpose again. What Hovey Chuck Muck Step 3, create moments of polarity, not endless talking. You don't rebuild intimacy through long emotional therapy sessions. You rebuild it through small moments of masculine presence. A hand on her lower back when passing by, without comment. Looking her in the eyes 1 second longer than usual. Whispering, you still drive me crazy, you know that, then walking away. No reaction needed. Let her think about it. Final reminder before we move to part 6. Your wife isn't distant because she stopped loving you. She's distant because she stopped feeling like a woman around you. Don't try to convince her to feel differently. Make her feel differently. Reigniting passion in a woman over 40 is not about romance clushes like flowers, chocolates, or planned date nights with forced enthusiasm. Those things are nice. But if there's no polarity, they feel like obligations. To reconnect with her as a lover, not just a rumut or co-parent, you must awaken the feminine-masculine spark again. And that happens energetically, not verbally. What Hovey Chuck Muck Rule 1, stop asking for affection, start leading into it. Nothing kills attraction faster than, can I have a hug? Can we talk? Do you still love me? That energy comes from lack, and women pull away from lack. Instead of asking for affection, guide into it. When she's standing near you, pull her in gently, not asking, not waiting for permission. Walk past her, touch her waist briefly, then keep walking without expecting a reaction. If she complains or vents, don't defend, just hold eye contact and say softly, "I hear you." No debate, no justification. Presence is more seductive than persuasion. What Hovey Chuck Muck Rule 2, do react emotionally, be the eye of the storm. If she's distant, moody, or sharp with her tone, do not take it personally. Why? Because she's not testing your logic, she's testing your center. She wants to feel, is he strong enough to handle my storm? Or does he crumble like everyone else? When you remain calm, collected, and unshaken, she starts to feel safe again. And safety is the doorway to softness. What Hovey Chuck Muck Rule 3, speak to her subconscious, not her mind. Women don't fall back in love through lectures or promises. They fall through sensations and emotional memory. Try phrases like, "You know, there's still a side of you I haven't fully explored yet. You have no idea how good you still look when you're annoyed. I'm not going anywhere, I like you, even when you're a storm." These phrases bypass her logic and poke at her feminine core. One final warning before part 7. Do not expect instant results. She may pull back even more when she senses change, because she's testing if it's real. Do not break character. Do not complain. Do not explain. Just embody your power quietly. Men think women stop chasing because they've gotten comfortable or lost interest. But the truth is deeper. Women stop chasing when there is nothing left to chase. In the beginning, she admired you. She wondered about you. She anticipated your attention, she didn't expect it. Over time, many men go from mysterious to predictable. From leader to pleaser. From challenge to guarantee. And nothing kills female desire faster than certainty. So how do you reverse it? White heavy check mark step 1, becomes slightly unpredictable again. Not in a childish or disrespectful way. Not disappearing, not staying out late to prove a point. No, that's just chaos. What you want is controlled unpredictability, calm mystery. If you always text her right back, don't, sometimes. If you always agree with her plans, pause, think, suggest your own. If you're always available, start becoming busy with things she's not involved in. She needs to earn access to your world again. White heavy check mark step 2, raise your standards quietly. Not by telling her what you'll no longer tolerate, but by acting differently toward disrespect, laziness, or inconsistency. If she's cold, don't chase. Mirror her energy, then detach. If she's disrespectful, don't argue. Say, "I don't respond to that tone," and walk away. If she gives minimum effort, don't reward it. Wait until she tries. Women chase men with boundaries, not men seeking comfort. White heavy check mark step 3, reignite competition without involving other women. This is critical. You don't need other women to make her jealous. You just need a life she doesn't fully control. Hit the gym. Improve your social circle. Start projects she isn't part of. Dress better but don't announce it. Go somewhere without telling her beforehand and act natural. She'll start asking questions. She'll start observing you differently. She'll start wondering, what's gotten into him? Who is he becoming? Does he still need me? And that tiny bit of doubt is where female pursuit is born. White heavy check mark step 4, reward only what you want more of. This is how you train desire back into her subconscious. If she becomes playful, play back. If she initiates touch, respond slowly, confidently. If she flirts, smirk, lean in, let her feel your presence. Never reward her bare minimum. Only her feminine effort. The shift you're creating. You're moving her from Old dynamic, new dynamic. She knows she has you, she wants to keep you. She feels secure but bored, she feels safe but excited. You seek her validation, she seeks your approval. And once she enters that state, something amazing happens. She starts chasing not because she has to, but because she wants to. Let's be honest. Most men finally get a reaction from their wife or girlfriend. She becomes curious, attentive, or even flirtatious again, and they get too excited, too eager, and instantly kill the momentum. They rush back in. They overpraise her effort. They act like finally she's fixed. And just like that, she relaxes again, she stops trying, you're back to square one. So in this part, I'll show you exactly how to respond when she starts showing interest again, without losing your power. White heavy check mark rule 1, acknowledge, do overreact. If she suddenly becomes sweet, cuddly, or starts complimenting you, cross mark, don't say, wow, you're being so nice today. White heavy check mark instead, respond calmly, maybe with a slight smile. Let her feel that her effort is noticed, but not enough to win you fully. White heavy check mark rule 2, let her lead emotionally, you lead physically. If she comes close, touches you, or becomes playful, let her initiate softness. You respond with controlled confidence. Example, she hugs you unexpectedly. Cross mark, don't grip her like she's your oxygen tank. White heavy check mark, slowly place a hand on her waist, hold for a moment, then pull away first. Let her feel your restraint, that's power. White heavy check mark rule 3, don't rush back into old patterns. She makes one good gesture, don't assume everything's fixed. If she apologizes, accept it gracefully, but don't act like everything is instantly perfect. If she's suddenly cooking, dressing up, or trying to impress, enjoy it, but stay grounded. You must communicate. I appreciate this effort, but consistent change is what earns closeness. Say it indirectly, through behavior, not lectures. White heavy check mark rule 4, compliment her effort, not her existence. There's a difference between cross mark, you're so beautiful, validation without effort. White heavy check mark, you look great today, that color suits you, acknowledgement of effort. Reward what you want more of. White heavy check mark rule 5, create positive feedback loops. When she gives warmth, don't break it, extend it. She laughs at your joke, lean in, add another playful line. She touches your arm, touch back, then withdraw slowly. She flirts, right arrow smirk, make her chase the kiss, not receive it instantly. The mindset to keep. You are not getting her back. You are letting her earn a deeper version of you. She must feel you before you now. Grateful for little, selective with access. Emotionally available at all times, present, but not needy. Eager to please, calm, composed, respected. When you stay in this energy, she won't just chase, she'll protect your connection. Because deep down, women don't want a man who gives himself away for free. They want a man who chooses them, but could walk away anytime. This is it. The final piece. You now understand why women pull away. You've learned how to reclaim power, rebuild attraction, and respond when she starts chasing again. But none of it matters unless you can maintain it. Because most men, even the smart ones, get her attention back for a moment. Then they get comfortable again. They slip back into old patterns. And she emotionally disappears again. Prohibited, the one mistake that destroys progress. Men think once she softens, they've won her back for good. Wrong. Attraction isn't something you win, it's something you sustain. Every day. Through presence, leadership, direction. If you stop leading, she will test you again. It's nature. So here's how to lock it in permanently. White heavy check mark rule 1, stay unpredictable in the right way. Routine kills desire. Don't always call at the same time. Don't always say, I love you first. Don't always be available. Let her wonder just a little. Not enough to feel ignored, just enough to keep her alert. White heavy checkmark rule 2. Maintain your own life, even when things are good. The biggest trap. Getting comfortable, right arrow, neglecting yourself. She needs to know. Your purpose is bigger than her. Keep your gym schedule. Keep your social circle alive. Keep learning, improving, earning. A woman stays loyal to a man in motion, not a man parked beside her waiting for validation. White heavy checkmark rule 3. Lead the emotional pace, always. Never let her moods dictate your direction. If she's cold, right arrow, you don't chase, you slowly withdraw. If she's warm, right arrow, you respond, but don't overgive. Calm, grounded, steady. Like a mountain, not a leaf in the wind. White heavy checkmark rule 4. Reward loyalty, not just love. Love is easy for women to give. Loyalty, consistency, respect, those are earned. When she proves commitment through consistent action. Speak appreciation. Give affection. Offer deeper access to you. Women value what they work for, that includes you. White heavy checkmark rule 5. Hold standards without anger. Most men either explode or stay silent. Instead, be clear, be calm, be firm. Example, I care about you, but I don't stay in relationships where I'm treated coldly or spoken to with disrespect. I'll give love, but only where it flows both ways. She will instantly know. This isn't a threat. This is a boundary. And women respect boundaries more than affection. Locked final truth, the only way she'll stay is if she knows you could leave. Not because you want to. Not because you plan to. But because you could if she stopped valuing you. A man who is capable of walking away is the one she will fight to keep. And that's how you lock it in forever. Not through begging. Not through gifts. Not through arguments. But through presence, standards, and quiet strength.